Today on Chris Cookin' Nashville, we are tackling carnivore beer batter. Beer battered fish, beer battered chicken, all of those favorite fried foods that we all love. Try to stay away from the carb junk inside. Let's go ahead and show you how to do the carnivore version of beer batter fried foods today on Chris Cookin' Nashville. Okay guys, if you have seen my Hush Puppy video, which I will link down below, it is a perfect accompaniment to this recipe. But I modified that batter to make my fried carnivore mozzarella sticks, which I'll also link down below. And if I modify that recipe a little bit further, it gets us to a fake beer batter that can make amazing chicken and fish fried like your favorite fast food or maybe even nice sit-down seafood place. So we're gonna show you how we do the faux carnivore beer batter. I have a bunch of ingredients that I've started to mix up. I'm gonna tell you about one of them, which is the secret to getting the right flavor in this. I'm gonna show you how we batter up some fish, batter up some chicken. We're gonna stick it in my beef tallow, which is already up at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. We're gonna get that ready before we start putting the batter together. Let's make some incredible fried carnivore chicken and fish with my fake carnivore beer batter. This ingredient right here is the secret to how this fake carnivore beer batter is going to happen. I'm making a triple batch of this because we have a bunch of people in the house. So in here, I have 3 bricks of cream cheese. That is 24 ounces, if my redneck math is correct, and that has been softened. And then I added in instant bread yeast, and I actually let it sit on the counter for 30 minutes, covered it with plastic. I stuck it in my refrigerator and I let it sit overnight. Now what's gonna happen is the yeast is going to begin to ferment. That fermentation is going to give us a little bit of that beer flavor without the accompanying alcohol and carbs that would normally come with putting beer inside of your beer batter. So I'm gonna get this mixed up so it's this even temperature all the way through, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put all of my other ingredients in here. We're gonna start with all of our dry ingredients, then we add the wet ingredients. I'll put all of the ingredients on screen so you know what I'm adding. Before you start mixing your batter, make sure your oil is up to temperature, because once you start mixing this, and the longer it sits, the firmer and drier the texture is going to get, and the harder it's going to be to use it as a batter to fry everything. So I'm gonna make sure the oil is ready, my chicken and my fish ready to go, and I'll tell you about those in just a minute. Batter it up and fry, and I'll show you what that process looks like. So let's start mixing this up, and let's start making our faux beer batter. Now that the cream cheese is mixed up and the temperature is even all the way through, I'm gonna start adding all of my dry ingredients. Now I'm gonna put the ingredients on the screen. I'm gonna have my recipe card page on my website linked below. You can go look at that recipe for free. That's going to have all of the measurements for a single batch. This is a triple batch, so I'm using 3 times the measurements that are on that recipe card. So if you're doing this for 1 or 2 people, 1 batch is probably plenty. When you're doing it for 4 or 5 or 6 people, you might need to make a triple batch. So you can scale it up as much as you want or scale it back as much as you want, but the recipe card will be for a single batch only. Let me go ahead and start mixing in our dry ingredients, and we'll get ready to batter up our fish and chicken. I have cod, which is what we're battering tonight, but you could use any kind of fish you want. I also have some chicken breasts that I trimmed, I cut into strips, and I did the carnivore velveting technique, which if you guys have not seen that video, I will put that velvet technique video down below for you, where I used it to make a carnivore version of Chinese takeout lo mein with chicken. That's gonna make the chicken super tender, very flavorful. It's got some simple salt on it. I'm gonna salt the cod, and let's fry up some beer battered fish and chicken. I'm using food safety gloves because this batter is very sticky. You don't have to. I'm just trying not to get it all over my hands because I'm actually going to use one hand to pick up, put into the batter. It's also going to be what I hold the tongs with so I'm not getting batter everywhere. I'm going to use the second hand to flip the meat over inside the batter and move that over here into the beef tallow to fry. One clean hand, roughly speaking, and one batter covered hand. It's going to make this a lot easier. Let's go ahead and get to frying. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my entire bowl of chicken because it's the last thing I'm going to put in the batter. I'm just going to dump the whole thing in, stir it all together, and then you can use the dirty hand to get it out. All right, guys, that is how we do the fake beer batter. We have fish on your left. We have chicken on your right. I included some of my hush puppies for them as well. And we have a keto tartar sauce, which is a recipe I shared with my band members in the private community. If you guys would like to join, that link is down below. There's also some malt vinegar there so you guys can enjoy. These are our friends, Dana and Todd, and they are going to taste this and let you guys know what they think of Carnivore faux beer batter.
Mm.
That's good. Really good. Crispy. Got that little crunch to it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That is good.
Fantastic.
1 out of 10, 10. I give it a 10.
That's amazing. Just like melts in your mouth.
I'm going to try the vinegar. I got to try the vinegar. Oh, the malt vinegar. Can't beat it. Whole lot better than Captain D's and Long John Silver's ever put out. Yeah. I give it like, what's the place making? McNair fish and chips. Yeah. Good as that. Dude. Yeah. That's like going to Top Hog and the homemade hush puppies right there. Normally I dip it in sauce, but no. Yeah.
It's all wonderful.
That is good. You can't tell the difference?
If you was not, I mean, if you didn't tell somebody, they came in and tasted, they would not know that that was carnivore.
No, they couldn't.
Well, guys, there you go. That is the faux beer batter. Obviously, it was a winner tonight, as were the Hush Puppies. I'm going to make sure to link that Hush Puppy recipe down below in case you haven't seen it, along with the mozzarella sticks that I did with the first version of this batter, not the beer batter version, but the more bready version. So you guys got to go check those recipes out. Definitely check this one out. There's all kinds of things we can now fry. We can have that amazing crispy beer batter style food once again. Guys, thank you so much for being here. All of my links are down below as always. Thank you to my new friends, Dana and Todd. I appreciate you guys being here and just letting us share our home and letting us feed you. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure. We're going to go and have a wonderful meal now. We're going to enjoy some company and some good food. But you guys make sure to go check everything out down below. We love and appreciate every single one of you guys. This is Chris Cooking Nashville, Dana and Todd. You guys eat your meat, especially if it's fried in a fake beer batter like this one. Love your life. We'll see you in the kitchen for a bunch more crazy recipes with guest taste testers. And if you like food like this, you got to go check out my recipe video right over here.
I'm getting full.